Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about Saturn Intercepted in a natal horoscope. Now, as most of you know, an interception occurs when you have all 30 degrees of a particular sign in a house cusp. You won't find it on the house cusp that precedes it or follows it. Now, if you look at in an interception, you're going to have often suppression and restriction of that particular energy. Now, you could have not just a sign intercepted in that house, you could have a planet that is intercepted as well. Now, Saturn in a natal chart is connected with discipline, responsibility, often rules authority figures. This person may have difficulty in perhaps in the responsible part of their nature, or taking on responsibilities, the discipline aspect in their lives. Perhaps there's difficulty with a father, authority figures, or just supervisors, just people in authority in general. Saturn also governs restrictions and limitations, and this person may have difficulty perhaps maybe understanding their own limitations or their restrictions. This could be the person that maybe winds up overworking, for example, because they don't really maybe quite have a conception of their boundaries as far as what they're able to do on a working level, for example, or just on a physical level, whatever it may be. They may consequently they might wind up taking on more responsibility than they need to. And Saturn is about the discipline and understanding how much responsibility should be taken. Or, as I stated before, this person might have difficulty in just taking on responsibility, period. You might have some kind of distortion or vacillation with the energy of Saturn. This person that has Saturn intercepted could be somebody, for example, that takes on too much responsibilities, takes on too many duties, perhaps even from people they know, and really might wind up, working maybe too hard, too laboriously as a result. Or this could be the person that sometimes just doesn't feel the need to take on any kind of responsibility, and may become stagnant for certain periods because of this. Now, if somebody has Saturn intercepted, a lot can depend on the house placement of Saturn, and I would put more significance on the house placement as opposed to the sign that it's in, because I believe Saturn traverses a sign somewhere between like 2.5 years on average, maybe even 3. I don't remember the exact period it transits. Saturn transits a sign, but I believe it is at least 2 years on average. So it's more important by the house placement. However, I'll give you some examples that have the sign and the house placement for Saturn. So, for example, let's say that somebody has Saturn in Taurus in the 12th house intercepted. Now, if someone has this position, the person may be very tenacious and persistent. It may take time to set a course of action, very methodical, prudent, and may be capable of working laboriously in solitude and seclusion, which is the 12th house. Now, with the placement intercepted, however, the person may have difficulty maybe in applying the discipline and responsibility in doing so, and may have maybe some suppression in connection with this. These things may come a little harder to these people than as opposed to somebody that does not have Saturn intercepted in their natal chart. Now, take another example. Take Saturn in Scorpio intercepted in the 6th house. Now, this could be a person that may be incisive, investigative. There may be some interest in connection with the supernatural, astrology, the occult, hidden matters, mystery, things that may be connected with police, detective work, and this person may have a strong need to be in control. And now, being in the 6th, this could be a person that needs to have that control, matters especially pertaining to their health, to their work, their employment life, perhaps too, like as far as a schedule may go. But the problem is, if somebody has this intercepted, this could be a person that may have difficulty in dealing with possible work or health-related restrictions, maybe even authority in connection with their work. Perhaps they might not have the discipline and be able to take on the responsibilities quite as, I guess you could say, quite as easily or fastly as somebody that does not have Saturn intercepted in their natal horoscope. Now, interceptions in a chart, as I've stated previously, it's not the end of the world or all means to the end of someone if they have an interception. Many people have interceptions and they live very productive lives. And the thing about it is, most interceptions at some point in time will move out of interception, at least by progression. Now, the interception in your natal chart always stays because it is your natal chart. Now, the interception that moves out of interception by progression and a progressed chart may alleviate some of the negatives connected with the interception, but won't eradicate it completely, because what your natal placement is, it is what it is, and it does stay there during your entire life. So anyway, and also, somebody has Saturn that is strongly placed by sign or house placement and is predominantly good aspects. This will help modify some of the negatives that would be indicated by having a Saturn intercepted in someone's chart. So that's basically, just want to give you my take on Saturn intercepted in a natal horoscope, and that'll conclude this astrological segment for that. But stay tuned for next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about Uranus intercepted in a natal chart. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because a person, astrologically, is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.